Today in the review, the newest, most anticipated ATV Tinger. It's going to be an awesome day. Let's go! Hi there, as usual it's me, just a voiceover, you're watching Review Machines, and today we are so excited to show you the newest, most anticipated ATV. It's called Tinger TF-4. This is a serial-produced vehicle. It looks impressive, but it performs even better. You can take it from me. As usually, we'll show you in detail how it's built, make some hard tests of it, but first of all, my friends, please consider subscribing our channel. It's very important for us, thank you. Few words about the exterior. How do you like it, guys? To my mind, it's one of the best looking serial-produced ATV ever made, isn't it? It looks a bit aggressive and bright. By the way, the body is made of a special robust plastic with a pleasant-to-touch texture. Build quality is also very well, so the very first impressions are really nice. It's an impressive vehicle, but what it can do as an offroader, we'll find out soon. In fact, this ATV is based on an articulated frame with two sections. At the front there is a cabin for a driver. From behind we see the cabin for passengers. The length of the ATV is 4260 mm, the width is 2240, the height is 2470. Under the hood we see the new engine from a car. It's Chinese Cherry engine. It's 3 cylinders, 57 HP, 812cc water cooling engine. It works both with the mechanical gearbox and CVT. Here we can see the CVT transmission. Looking from below, we see that the drive goes from the engine to the CVT, then to the gearbox and then to the axles. The axles are from a truck with electric diff locks. The front axle is protected with a steel cover. The special tires were made for this ATV. They are 1400 mm diameter and 650 mm width. They are tubeless on the rims with bed locks. Meet Alexei. He's the chief engineer of this project. And besides, he will help us today to film this video. Firstly, let's look how the steering works. There is a hydraulic steering. It's very easy to rotate the steering wheel only with a finger. Quite an important feature, we have here a central system of tires inflation. It's controlled by the button from the cabin. Besides, we have here a special lever to lock the articulation gear between the sections. It's very useful when moving in water. I'll show it later. I'll show you the interior also a bit later, and now I am looking forward to try it myself. Let's go! And here my very first impressions. First of all, I feel here as if I drove a regular car. All the handling is usual, the engine is powerful enough, it works smoothly and quietly. The first two ranges in the gearbox are very slow and torquey. The third one is much faster. It's very easy to rotate the steering wheel due to the hydraulic steering. It's rather quietly inside the cabin, and it's rather comfortable here. We sit so high from the ground, so the view is perfect. The only drawback I found so far, there was little room for my legs. I often grazed with my knees against the dashboard. But I should say my height is almost 1 meter 90 centimeters. And now let me show you more interesting features. It's important that the ATV is allowed for use on public roads. Accordingly, we have a full set of lighting devices here. Running lights, main light, turn signals and stops, everything fits perfectly. Let's take a look inside. We should pay attention to the nice trim of the doors, as well as the fact that the door is equipped with closers, so they will not clank when opened. The interior can easily be compared to a regular car in terms of trim. All the elements are neatly fitted to each other, everything looks strict and harmonious. The dashboard into the production version will most likely be built into the torpedo. The windshield can be opened, it's equipped with a wiper and optionally heated. There are convenient sliding windows in the doors. On the left there is a set of buttons for controlling lights, pumping and other functions. There is also a heater. The seats are comfortable, the backs are adjustable, and the cabin light is provided inside. Now let's look at the rear section, which is optionally equipped with a rear cabin. It's made from special plastic. Let's pay attention to how convenient the entrance is. The upper section with the gas lifts, the lower one is a comfy staircase for entry. Inside there are side benches. There is also a folding comfortable table. There are sliding windows, there is a socket, and the salon light. Well, it's time to move on the practical tests. Let's get started. Before we get far from the road, let's try to check the maximum speed. In general, all ATVs, and especially on articulated frame, can hardly go at high speeds. But due to the powerful engine, we accelerate quite swiftly. The maximum result we saw on our GPS speedometer is 53 km per hour. Well, it's time to leave the good road for the off-road, where the most interesting tests are waiting for us. Now we are moving towards a huge swamp, and for now I tell you some more interesting features of the new Tinger. As you may have noticed, it has spectacular look, but the car is simple in design with excellent maintainability. Only new components with minimal modifications are used here. The entire exterior and interior are made from plastic with minimum joints and gaps, and everything can be washed under running water. The car engine gives us a high-quality driving experience, steady traction, low noise level. But we are making not advertising, but a review, so it's worth mentioning the disadvantages. In my opinion, the most obvious is the lack of the suspension. Although large low-pressure wheels with pumping somewhat compensate for this moment. And if this doesn't seem enough, then as an additional option, you can install seats with suspension. I should say it again about such an important feature as the ability to drive on public roads. We have lights, mirrors, seat belts. Although Tinger also produces trailers specially for this model, for long-distance transportation. By the way, if you suddenly didn't see the performance of this ATV at the big battle of all-terrain vehicles, be sure to take a look. I will not spoiler, but it was beautiful. I will leave a link into the description. Meanwhile, let's check the turning radius. However, as with all-wheel drive vehicles with an articulated frame, it's quite large here. Depending on the pumping of the wheels, the ground clearance of all-terrain vehicle is from 500 mm. That allows you to climb over serious obstacles, such as these slopes. A great help in such moments is provided by the transmission, gearbox and CVT. The variator provides additional reduction in each gear, resulting in a minimum speed of 2 km per hour. According to the official specs, Tinger is able to overcome descents and descents with a steepness up to 45 degrees. The separate pumping along the axles will also be very useful on descents and ascents to reduce the tilt of the car when taking an obstacle. Meanwhile, we have reached the valley of endless swamps, stretching beyond the horizon. One of the advantages of all-terrain vehicles is that they allow us to go where nothing else can get to. Although, if you look at our all-terrain vehicle, it may seem that we are driving through an ordinary field. We move easily and naturally. The weight of the all-terrain vehicle without a cabin is 1400 kilos. The powerful engine, huge wheels with an original tread, and constant all-wheel drive allow us not to notice any difficulties on the carpet. And here we have to overcome a very interesting obstacle. This is so-called window in the swamp carpet. It looks like an ordinary area with the dirt, but in fact it's a bottomless quagmire. Well, we have a floating all-terrain vehicle, so at least we won't drown. Let's see how the Tinger copes here. Slowly but surely we are moving forward. The variator allows us to accurately dose traction. New tires work efficiently, optional electric locks and axles also do a lot of good. Well, and surely we must pay tribute to the driver. By the way, let's note the main advantages of an articulated frame. Due to the articulation, the car literally wriggles, helping the wheels to get out from this trap. And due to the hydraulic control, the driver doesn't get tired of such active maneuvering. Meanwhile, we are facing the final part of our little journey, the beautiful lake lost in the valley of swamps. As you can already guess, this is where we will test the floating ability of the all-terrain vehicle. We jump into the water and immediately note that the car floats perfectly on the water. The water level is about up to the hubs, although it's without a load. As you can see in still water, the all-terrain vehicle floats quite smoothly. According to the specs, the speed here is up to 5 km per hour. Let's not forget about the important feature, the mechanical locking of twisting the frame directly from the cabin. It will be very useful on the water, because it gives the car stability. Let's watch how we get out from the water onto the carpet. Well, my friends, we have time for our favorite topic, the prices. So the basic cost of the all-terrain vehicle Tinger TF-4 with this set of options, as was shown in the video, is about $25,000. Let's call it a day, my friends. Thanks for having a ride with us. Please check another our video about this ATV taking part in the Grand ATV battle. Stay with us, there will be many more interesting materials here. Bye.